Have you ever wondered why some people seem to age with such grace, while others struggle with constant health problems even when they appear to do everything right? Let me ask you a bold question. What if the secret to staying strong, protecting your heart, keeping your brain sharp, and even living years longer than expected was sitting right on your dinner plate? But you've been ignoring it or eating the wrong kind all along? I'm talking about fish. Not just any fish, but 7 specific types of fish that science and experience have shown can literally change the way we age. And before you think, oh, fish is fish, it's all the same, let me tell you this. Choosing the right ones can be the difference between waking up full of energy at 70 and struggling with fatigue and pain at 60. So if you've ever asked yourself, what can I eat that truly adds years to my life instead of taking them away? Then lean in, because what you're about to hear might surprise you. I still remember the first time I really understood the power of fish. It wasn't from a doctor, not from a diet book, but from an old fisherman I met during a trip years ago. He was 82, still rowing his boat out into the water every morning, his hands strong, his back straight, his mind clear. I asked him what his secret was, and he laughed, pointing at the sea. "This," he said, "gives me life. I eat fish every single day, but not just any fish." That conversation stuck with me, and later, when I began digging into the science, everything started to make sense. Omega-3 fatty acids, lean protein, minerals like selenium and iodine, nutrients that most of us overlook, but that our bodies, especially after 50, desperately need. So what are these 7 types of fish? Let's dive in. First, salmon. Probably the most famous, and for good reason. Wild-caught salmon, not the farmed kind, swimming in crowded pens. It's packed with omega-3 south that fight inflammation, reduce the risk of heart disease, and even protect memory. If you're over 50, you know how real inflammation feels. It shows up in your joints, your energy, even your mood. Imagine turning that fire down naturally with every bite of salmon. I've seen friends who switched from red meat 3 times, a week to salmon, twice a week, and within months, their blood pressure dropped. Their cholesterol improved, and most importantly, they felt younger. And if you've ever had that brain fog that makes you walk into a room and forget why, salmon is like brain food that clears the mist. If you're listening right now and thinking, yes, I deal with that fog, let me know in the comments. Because you're not alone. Then there's sardines. It's tiny little fish that most people overlook, sometimes even wrinkle their nose at. But don't be fooled. Sardines are like nature's multivitamin in a can. They're cheap, accessible, and because they're small, they don't accumulate the same toxins that bigger fish can. Rich in vitamin D, calcium, and omega-3s. They are particularly powerful for bone health, which is something every one of us over 50 needs to think about seriously. I can't tell you how many times I've heard women my age say, "I'm worried about osteoporosis," and yet they never think of sardines. Add them to a salad, mash them on whole grain toast with a squeeze of lemon, and you've got a meal that's not just tasty but life-protecting. Now, tuna. Yes, tuna makes the list, but with a caution. Light tuna, eaten in moderation. It's a great source of lean protein and omega-3 south. But we need to be mindful of mercury levels, especially as we age and our bodies process toxins less efficiently. The key is balance. If you enjoy tuna once a week, it can support heart health and muscle maintenance without risk. What I love about tuna is how easy it makes healthy eating. Toss it into pasta, mix with veggies, or simply make a quick tuna salad. It keeps you full, fuels your muscles, and keeps your metabolism humming. And if you're a man over 50 watching this, keeping your muscles strong is not just about looking fit, it's about staying independent as you age. Nobody wants to struggle getting up from a chair at 70, then we have trout, especially. Rainbow trout. It's often underrated, but in many ways it's as healthy as salmon, sometimes even cleaner. Trout is loaded with vitamin B12, a nutrient many older adults are deficient in. Low B12 can lead to fatigue, weakness, even memory problems. Eating trout regularly is like giving your nervous system a tune-up. I remember suggesting trout to a neighbor who always complained of low energy. After a few months, she told me, "I feel like my old self again." That's the beauty of choosing the right fish. You don't just add years, you add life to those years. Another powerful fish is mackerel. Bold in flavor, yes, but bold in nutrients too. Mackerel is one of the richest sources of omega-3 south, vitamin D, and selenium. These nutrients are crucial for immune health, which becomes more important than ever after 50. Have you noticed how some people seem to catch every little cold or infection, while others breeze through the flu season? Diet plays a huge role, and mackerel is one of those foods that fortifies your defenses. The Japanese, who are among the longest living populations in the world, eat mackerel regularly, and it shows in their health statistics. So, if you're willing to try something with a stronger taste, mackerel might be your best ally. Cod is another gem. Mild in flavor, easy to cook, and a fantastic source of lean protein with very little fat. Cod is also high in phosphorus and selenium, minerals that support strong bones and protect against oxidative stress. What I love most about cod is its versatility. You can bake it, grill it, or make a hearty fish soup that warms the soul. 4. Anyone trying to maintain a healthy weight, cod is filling but light, helping you stay satisfied without overloading your system. I've often told people who are intimidated by fishy flavors to start with cod because it's gentle on the palate and a great entry point into a healthier diet. Finally, herring. You may know it from pickled jars or smoked fillets, but however you choose to enjoy it, herring is a powerhouse for heart and brain health. Rich in DHA, a specific type of omega-3, it supports cognitive function in a way few other foods can. I sometimes joke that herring is memory insurance. Studies show that people who regularly eat herring and similar fish have lower risks of dementia and cognitive decline. And honestly, who doesn't want to protect their memory? Living longer is one thing, but living longer with your mind sharp. Remembering your loved ones, your stories, your independence, that's priceless. Now here's the twist. It's not just about adding these fish to your diet, it's about replacing what's hurting you. Too many of us are still relying on processed meats, fast food, or sugary snacks that slowly chip away at our health. Every time you swap bacon for salmon or a bag of chips for a can of sardines, you're not just eating differently. You're choosing life over decay. You're making a decision to honor your future self. And if you're watching this right now thinking, but I don't know how to start, I'm not a big fish eater. Here's my advice. Start small. 1 meal a week. Replace just one dinner with one of these 7 fish and build from there. You'll be amazed at how quickly your body responds. I'll tell you something personal. In my 50s, I started to feel the weight of age creeping in: joint pain, slower recovery after simple activities, nights of restless sleep. When I adjusted my diet, especially when I began prioritizing fish over heavier meats, the changes were profound. My inflammation dropped, my energy returned, my mind felt clearer. And now, as I move through my 60s, I don't just want to get by. I want to thrive, to live with vitality, to chase my grandchildren around the yard, to wake up excited for each day. And I believe you want the same for yourself. So here's my challenge to you. This week, pick one of these 7 fish and make it part of your meal plan. Try salmon grilled with herbs, sardines on toast, a baked cod dinner. Then notice how you feel. Your body is wiser than you think, and it will tell you when you're giving it what it truly needs. And as you experiment, come back here and share your experiences in the comments. What worked for you? What surprised you? Let's learn from each other, because building health after 50 is a journey best shared. And if you found value in this conversation, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell, because I've got so many more tips, stories, and discoveries to share that can keep you not just living, but living well. Remember, we're not here to simply count the years, we're here to make the years count. As we wrap this up, let me leave you with one thought. Aging is inevitable, but suffering is optional. The choices you make today, what you put on your plate, how you fuel your body, how you honor your health, those choices determine not just how long you live, but how fully you live. So the next time you're at the market, walking past the seafood section, don't see it as just another aisle. See it as an invitation to longevity, to clarity, to strength, to life itself. The 7 fish we've talked about are not just foods, they are tools to build a future where you are vibrant, resilient, and free. And isn't that the kind of future we all want? So go out there, make your choice, and remember, Every bite can be a step toward the healthiest, longest, and most fulfilling life you've ever imagined.